Welcome to Thailand Legal Podcast, a discussion about life and law in Thailand, brought to you by Siam Legal International, an international law firm in Thailand. My name is Bernard Kabina, your host, and today we're going to discuss about Canadian immigration. And to join us, let us welcome Ms. Jane Polo, a visa consultant at Siam Legal. Hello, Jane.
Hi, Bess. Thanks for having me here.
How are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
Welcome to our program. Jane, can you tell us about what type of visa cases you are currently handling?
Yes, I'm currently handling a lot of cases right now. I have few skilled work cases, student visa cases, but most of it are for temporary residence and family class sponsorship.
It seems to me that there's a lot of Canadian citizens who wants to bring their spouses back to Canada.
Right.
Now the question is, who really can sponsor their spouses to Canada?
That's a very good question. First requirement for you to be able to sponsor a foreign national is you must be at least 18 years old, a Canadian citizen or permanent resident. If the sponsor has previous criminal convictions, financial problems, or previous filings, they may be disqualified to sponsor their spouses or common law partners.
Well, why would previous filings disqualify someone to sponsor their spouses?
The sponsor will not be able to file another petition if they've signed an undertaking for a previous spouse or common law partner and 3 years have not yet elapsed since he or she became a permanent resident. In addition, if the sponsored individual was previously sponsored and they gained their permanent resident and 5 years has not yet elapsed, so they are not eligible to file a petition.
Well, that's interesting. Now, you mentioned earlier that about criminal conviction. So can any kind of criminal conviction, like, let's say, shoplifting, prevent someone from sponsoring?
Well, not really. Only if convicted of an offense of a sexual nature or assault, a violent criminal offense, an offense against a relative that results in bodily harm, or an attempt or threat to commit any such circumstances. Also depends on the situation, such as the nature of the offense, how long ago it occurred, and whether the pardon was issued.
Now, does the sponsor have to live in Canada to apply or file for this sponsorship?
Not really as well. They can file an outline application if the sponsor lives outside Canada, and they just have to provide evidence that they intend to return to Canada once the permanent resident is issued.
And how does the sponsor prove that they intend to, or he intend to go back to Canada?
It can be in a form of letter, personal statement, job offer in Canada, or invitation letter from family and friends to live inside Canada.
That's cool. Oh, here's an interesting question. What types of spousal relationship are recognized for this visa application?
Okay, for types of spousal relationship, we have what we call traditional marriage relationships. The marriage must be legally recognized where they were married. Second, we also have same-sex marriages, and it's also recognized for as long as they are legally married. We also have common law marriages, and if you have been cohabiting in a conjugal relationship for at least 1 year and live in an area where the common law marriages are recognized, then it's also recognized. Conjugal relationship, if you have been cohabiting in a mutual interdependent relationship for at least 12 months, but marriage is not possible due to barriers such as sexual orientation or religious faith.
Yeah, Jane, I know our viewers want to know about the processes of this sponsorship application. So can you explain the process of sponsorship if the spouse is currently living in Thailand?
Well, yeah. If the immigrant spouse is outside Canada, the Canadian needs to file an outline application. There will be 2 stages. The first stage is submission of the application to Canadian Immigration and Citizenship Processing Office, which is in Mississauga, Ontario. The CIC will evaluate the sponsor's finances and previous filings to ensure that they can sponsor his petition. This takes about a couple of months. Okay, for the second stage, the case is then sent to the regional processing office to complete the processing case. The processing time of the second stage varies on the case backlog of the local regional office and the case complications.
Okay, so, well, which regional office takes care of cases from Thailand?
It's in Singapore. Singapore is the regional processing case center that caters Thailand applicants for family class sponsorship.
Oh, so to sum it up, so what is the total time frame for Canadian sponsorship case for Thai spouse?
We really couldn't determine the exact processing time, but it varies depending on whether an interview is required. If no interview is required, then the case can take less than a year. But if an interview is required, then the case can take up to 3 years. It's very long.
Thank you for your time, Jane. And thank you for watching Thailand Legal Podcast brought to you by Sam Legal International. So if you have any questions or you want to submit topic for future podcasts, you can send us an email at tlp@sam-legal.com or visit our website www.sam-legal.com. Have a good day.